guys, what's up? Welcome to GP Aviation. Airports have sophisticated plans in place that they use to deal with extreme weather and to minimize impacts. Depending on the type of weather event, airports may or may not shut down operations during the storm. Storms that can be forecasted days in advance, such as hurricanes, tend to cause airports to enter the preparation phase well in advance. Other severe weather events such as earthquakes or tornadoes may give little to no warning. A vital of part of handling severe weather is being prepared with the proper procedures in place. This involves having established protocols in place for handling many different types of adverse weather. At its core, this will be included in a list of roles, responsibilities, or staff members, procedures for protecting assets, and most importantly, safety guidelines. Careful coordination is required between airports, airlines, and government regulatory bodies. Preparation is the key planning for a potential. Some of the procedures that airports have in place with airlines for handling severe weather include when to relocate aircraft to an alternate airport, when to close down the facility, when to accept arriving flights, when to stop ground crew operations, when to hold arriving flights in the surrounding airspace, when is it safe to allow departing flights, when to divert arrivals to another airport, when to evacuate an airport for portion of an airport, how to safely resume operations after a storm, how to handle flight delays, cancellations. Depending on the type of severe weather, some of all these preparations must be used. Having clearly documented procedures in place is essential to the safe and smooth operation of airports during adverse weather events. Without having proper procedures established in advance, there would be an overwhelming amount of chaos that could prove disastrous. Airports are heavily invested in getting accurate weather data given in impacts on operations and safety of flights. Airports gather weather data by means such as radar and satellite. In addition, surface weather observation also play a critical role in gathering weather data in the United States. In the United States, the surface level weather observations are usually made as a part of automated surface by observation system ASOS program. In addition to surface level measurement, airports use Doppler radar to track weather conditions hundreds of miles away and at higher altitudes. These technologies allow more accurately understanding the potential impacts of severe weather. They also help to better understand minute by minute timing for a storm. Protocols that are used to airports and airlines will follow a set of protocols leading up to the extreme weather event. Depending on nature of the event and its forecasted impacts, airports will take different actions. If the weather event is expected to be relatively minor, then oftentimes aircraft are not evacuated to other airports and flights simply will be cancelled. Airlines generally are more flexible regarding refunds when flights get cancelled due to the severe weather. Depending on the type of airline ticket purchased, you will either be offered a full refund or a travel voucher that can be used for another flight but on the same airline. For the most severe weather events, the airport facility must be shut down days before the storm and all aircraft will get flown to a safe location outside the storm's path. This is most commonly seen with hurricanes and other tropical storms. Thunderstorms are among the most common weather-related events that impact airport operations. Fortunately, the impacts of thunderstorms usually short-lived for airports in the vast majority of cases. Flight delays are the common impact seen from thunderstorms. However, more severe thunderstorms can certainly cause substantial damage. This could include damage from the large haul or high winds. Airports have complex procedures in place to prepare for and handle even the most severe thunderstorms. Depending on the location of the airport, the number of thunderstorms events per year will vary. Fortunately, thunderstorms can usually be forecasted with at least a few hours of advance warning. This is not always the case, and it's certainly possible to have an unexpected lightning strike. Lightning strikes can be dangerous. Airports located in areas prone to frequent lightning will usually equipment designed to direct the lightning ground safely. Hurricanes are often some of the most impactful weather events that can hit an area. Airports will often take more extreme measures for hurricanes than for other severe types of storms. Airlines will often begin canceling flights that are expected to be impacted by the storm days leading up in the storm. Airlines do their best to minimize passenger impact as much as possible. Unfortunately, this is more difficult than it would appear. This is largely due to the nature of connecting flights and the hub and spoke model used by most airlines. When one flight gets cancelled, it has a rippling effect across an entire airline. The goal of any airline is to rebook as many of the passengers onto another flight if possible. Usually, airlines become increasingly flexible regarding refunds and travel vouchers when disasters such as hurricanes hit. After the flights are cancelled, airlines will begin the process of moving all their aircrafts away from the airport of the path of the hurricane. Due to the expensive nature of commercial aircraft, airlines want to take no chance that they could get damaged. Moving airplanes to other airports that are away from the track of the hurricane is the most effective method of protecting an airline's expensive assets at the airports. During the duration of the storm, the airport will often close their facility. However, this is not always the case. In some cases, airports may remain open if all flights have been cancelled. Winter storms that drop feet of snow ice can definitely have an impact on operations. Winter storms can require hours of cleanup efforts and can even lead to property damage in extreme cases. Blizzards, which combine snow with high winds, are a real threat and could cause days of flight cancellation. Most airports that frequently get heavy snow are well prepared to handle it with equipment such as plows, snow blowers, and de-icing equipment. It is when an airport doesn't regularly see significant snowfall gets hit with feet of snow that are things that tend to fall. Effective snow removal is the most important part of planning for a winter storm at an airport. With the right preparation, staffing, and equipment, snow can effectively be managed and flight cancellation can be minimized. The process required to resume normal operations will depend heavily on the extent of the damage. In many cases, the process can take several days, but in extreme cases, it can take weeks or even months. Assuming the damage is minimal, the first step to reopening is clearing the debris from the runways and taxiways. This can be a lengthy process, but specialized equipment makes the process much easier. Aircraft that were relocated for the storm will then need to be piloted back to the airport. This can take a few days to complete depending on the number of pilots and the number of aircraft. In many cases, inbound flights may begin before all aircraft are fully returned to the airfields. This process can take a couple of days and effects on flight schedules that can last even longer. If there is damage to local infrastructure such as the power grid or roads leading to the airport may remain closed for longer. Impacts on flight schedules can extend well beyond the path of the storm. Airlines depend on connecting flights to get people to and from different locations. When an airport is forced to be shut down, flights are forced to be cancelled as well. This would ripple out to the other airports, and the flight delays and cancellations will really pile up quickly. A severe weather event can have impacts even thousands of miles outside the path of the storm. So that's it with the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like the video and share this video. Do hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below. Till then, goodbye till we meet again.